Hello viewers and welcome to Science TV Prime News. You are with me, Edna Kaindi, that is my sign name, with my sign language interpreter doing the voicing, Tobias Omondi. Welcome to the brief news. On our first item, excuse me, President William Ruto has officially launched the National Policy on Ethnic Minorities and Marginalized Communities 2025 to 2035, aimed at promoting inclusion and addressing historical injustices. Excuse me. The policy seeks to enhance access to education, economic opportunities, and political representation of minority and marginalized groups across Kenya. During the launch, President William Ruto promised the introduction of mobile schools for nomadic communities in order to ensure education reaches remote areas. He also pledged affirmative action in public service jobs and broader access to education, subject to supporting legislation. Moving on, the Director of Public Prosecution has directed the Directorate of Criminal Investigation to investigate the death of gospel musician Betty Bayo following concerns that were raised by her family over missing autopsy and medical reports. The family petitioned the DPP expressing distress over unanswered questions regarding the circumstances of her death while she was receiving treatment at Kenyatta National Hospital. Through their lawyers, Omenke Adenje and company advocate, the family accused authorities of withholding key information, including her autopsy report and full medical records, and questioned the hastiness of her burial. They argued that these actions have heightened suspicion over the official narrative surrounding her death and cited constitutional rights to life, access to information, and proper investigation. Moving on, the Nairobi High Court has ordered the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to release ICT expert Ndiang'Ui Kinyagia'S official documents, including his passport, by Monday. The release is intended to allow him to travel abroad in order to pursue a master's degree, a move his lawyers argued is crucial for his education and professional development. Kinyagia'S legal team told the court that the continued withholding of his documents was affecting his right to travel and access higher education, urging the DCI to comply promptly. The documents in question include his passport, yellow fever vaccination card, and other official papers necessary for international travel. Nair Nakada Chief Executive Officer Anthony Omerikwa has issued stern warning to players in the alcohol industry, stating that any manufacturer or distributor found dealing in illicit or counterfeit brews will face immediate license revocation. Omerikwa emphasized that offenders would also be subjected to full criminal prosecution with no exemptions or leniency. He urged all industry players to adhere strictly to the regulation and to maintain high standards in order to protect the consumers and to uphold the integrity of the sector. Moving on, Mount Kenya University has awarded a full scholarship to environmental activist Truphena Muthoni in recognition of her efforts in promoting tree planting and environmental conservation. Muthoni gained national attention after a 72-hour tree-hugging campaign aimed at raising awareness on deforestation and climate action. Speaking after receiving the scholarship, Muthoni expressed her gratitude to MKU and the MKU Foundation, saying the support will enable her to further her education while continuing her environmental advocacy. She described the award as a validation of her activism and a motivation to expand her impact on conservation efforts across Kenya. And finally, a United Nations report has confirmed that at least 1,013 civilians were killed during a 3-day offensive by Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces, that's the RSF, on the Zamzam displacement camp in Darfur in April. Many victims were executed, killed in house-to-house attacks, or died while trying to flee. The assault also forced over 400,000 camp residents to flee, exacerbating the ongoing humanitarian crisis in the region. Eyewitnesses reported RSF fighters firing indiscriminately at civilians inside their homes, schools, health facilities, markets, and even mosques. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights described the deliberate killings as potentially amounting to war crimes and called for a thorough, impartial investigation to hold the perpetrators accountable. And with that, we sum up the brief news. Thank you so much for staying tuned. You've been with me, Edna Kaindi, and my sign language interpreter doing the voicing, Tobias Omondi. I wish you all a good evening.